Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, proud parents, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2024, welcome to this momentous occasion. As we gather here tonight under the banner of celebration and reflection, I'm reminded of a profound truth that resonates through our lives. While achievements and accolades may decorate our past, it is the memories of how we made others feel that truly adorn our hearts. Tonight we stand at the threshold of tomorrow. Let us take a journey back, not just to recount the accolades and achievements that brought us here, but to relive the moments of connection, support, and the profound impact that have truly shaped who we have become. As your superintendent, I've had the distinct privilege of witnessing your growth, not just in knowledge and skill, but in character and heart. And so, as we turn the page to this next chapter of your stories, let us reflect on these foundational experiences that remind us that what we carry forward is not merely a record of personal achievements, but a legacy of shared human experiences. Before we proceed further, I want to take a moment to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Board of Education. Your unwavering commitment and dedicated leadership have not only shaped the educational landscape of our district, but have also enriched the lives of every student here. Your decisions, made often behind the scenes and with great consideration, have ensured that our schools are a place of learning, growth, and opportunity. Thank you for your visionary guidance and for continuously advocating for the needs of the future of our students. Your support makes all the difference. I would also like to extend a special thank you to our incredible teachers and administrators. Day in and day out, you have not only taught our students, but have inspired and nurtured them. Your dedication extends far beyond the classroom walls, shaping the learning environment with passion, creativity, and an unwavering commitment to our students' growth. The impact you make is profound and lasting, evident in every student who walks across this stage tonight. Thank you for your countless hours, your boundless energy, and your unrelenting belief in our students' potential. Your work is the cornerstone of their success and the heart of our community. Let us also extend a heartfelt thanks to all of you parents and caregivers. Your support, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication play an integral role in the success of our students. From helping with homework to attending school events and providing the emotional backbone for your children through every step of their journey, your efforts create the foundation from which students can grow and thrive. Your commitment does not go unnoticed, and we deeply appreciate your partnership in nurturing the potential of every young mind. Thank you for being such a vital part of our school community. At this time, we'd also like to express our deepest gratitude to all our veterans and active service members in our community and beyond. Your sacrifices and dedication to preserving our freedom and safety do not go unnoticed. Each day you embody the principles of courage, commitment, and honor, values that inspire us all. To our veterans, thank you for your service and for the peace you have helped secure. To those currently serving, we are endlessly appreciative of your bravery and selflessness. Your examples of service guide our grateful nation and teach our students the profound importance of duty and dedication. To our seniors tonight, let's start by pondering some remarkable global achievements from the past year. I want you to just think about these questions. Who was the MVP of the Super Bowl in 2023? Who was awarded the 2023 Nobel Prize in Physics? Which artist won Album of the Year at the 2023 Grammy Awards? Who won the Best Actor of the 2023 Oscars? Who took home the 2023 Emmy for Best Actress? Who was the last person to win a Medal of Honor? Who was MVP of the 2023 Major League Baseball World Series? And who was the 2023 National Teacher of the Year? Any guesses? See me afterwards, I have the answers for you. But these moments were celebrated across headlines, yet as time passes, the details often blur in our memories. Every one of these are significant individual achievements, but as we look back, it's interesting to observe which details stand the test of time in our memories. However, I suspect that you may recall more vividly is how your teachers and coaches made you feel during various events and experiences. Reflect on how your science teacher reacted when you finally cracked that complex experiment, how your drama coach encouraged you, pushing you beyond what you thought were your limits. It's these feelings, these human interactions, that leave a lasting imprint on our hearts and minds. Let's delve a little deeper into your journey, starting at your elementary school years. Remember that first day of school in kindergarten? I'm sure your parents really remember that day. But the nervousness, the excitement that you felt, how did that teacher make you feel as you walked into that classroom? Think about the projects, the field trips. Recall the sense of wonder and curiosity that was nurtured by your teachers. Each of these moments were shaped not just by what you were learning, but how you were encouraged and supported along the way. Moving to middle school, where you were met with new challenges and changes, can you think back to a time when a teacher or a friend helped you navigate those tricky middle school years? Perhaps it was a word of advice or a shared lunch that made all the difference. These small gestures often carry forward in our memory because of how they made us feel understood and cared for. In high school, the stakes were even higher and the achievements more significant. Think about your most challenging moments and the people who helped you through them. Reflect on the encouragement you received after a tough test, after a lost game, after a difficult rehearsal. It was these moments of support and kindness that often meant the most, even more than the accolades and the awards. It's so incredible how you can so vividly recall these moments in your mind where someone helped you and made you feel important. Now, as you stand on the brink of a new chapter, I challenge you to think about the legacy that you wish to leave behind. It's wonderful to aspire to be a Nobel Prize winner, an Olympic champion, or a leader in your field. Yet remember, the most profound impact you can have on the world will often come from how you make others feel. As you move forward, armed with your talents, knowledge, and passions, strive to be the person who uplifts, the person who supports, and the person who inspires. Be individuals who listen, empathizes, and extends a helping hand. In your pursuit of greatness, let your kindness and compassion be the light that guides you. Graduates, the memories that stick with us, the ones that truly shape us, aren't about the individual accomplishments. They are deeply about how we connect, how we help each other grow, and how we make each other feel. So as you go forth from here, I hope to see Carmichaels produce the next Nobel Prize in physics, or an MVP of a great sports team, perhaps the next Teacher of the Year in mathematics, or maybe a Masters champion, a Medal of Honor winner from the Coast Guard, or even a Tony Award-winning actor or actress. In any case, aim high and dream big, but always remember the power of your actions and words on the lives of others. Let this understanding drive you to achieve not just for yourselves, but for the betterment of the world around you. Congratulations, class of 2024. Go out there and make an unforgettable, positive mark on the world. Always remember, once a Mike, always a Mike. Good luck, and God bless. The national anthem will be sung tonight by Faith Willis. Graduates, family members, and guests, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, and thank you, Faith, for that beautiful version of our national anthem. I am Elena Simon, Class of 2024 Vice President, and it is with great honor I present to you tonight's keynote speaker, Mr. Thomas Pervarnik. Mr. Pervarnik is the Managing Director in the Washington National Tax Office of Deloitte Tax and has been with the company for almost 30 years. Deloitte Tax is one of the current Big Four firms in the United States. His particular specialty is tax with a concentration in compensation and benefits. Mr. Pervarnik was the Salutatorian of Class of 1980 at Carmichaels Area High School. In 1984, he was cum laude graduate from Duquesne University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Business and Administration degree. In 1987, he earned his law degree from Case Western Reserve University School of Law, and in 1992, his Master's of Law and Taxation from Georgetown University. Outside of work, Mr. Pervarnik is a parishioner at St. Leo, the Great Catholic Church, and an adult leader for Boy Scout Troop 1887 in Fairfax, Virginia. He is married to his wife, Robin, of 31 years, and together have a son, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Thomas Pervarnik.
Well, thank you for that introduction. So, Superintendent Moorcroft, Principal Durecki, members of the school board, faculty, distinguished guests, parents and guardians, and most importantly, you, the members of the class of 2024. Thank you for inviting me to come back to my hometown, Carmichaels, and deliver an address for your high school graduation. This invitation to address you on this important celebration of your young lives is one of the highest honors I've ever received. 44 years ago, as you heard, in 1980, I was sitting where you were sitting. It's hard to believe how much time has passed since I was in your place. In your 18 years, a lot has happened in the world and in your life. When you were born, America was still dealing with the aftermath of 9/11. We were at war in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Those wars have fortunately ended, but unfortunately, new wars have broken out in Ukraine and Israel, and we all pray for peaceful resolution of those conflicts. You lived through the financial crisis of 2008 and the COVID pandemic. The pandemic, unfortunately, disrupted your 8th grade year and your freshman year of high school. Fortunately, the pandemic is mostly behind us, and you are able to now return to school and have a more normal high school experience that most of us had and until recently took for granted. And the experience that includes attending classes in person, hanging out with your friends, attending sports events and other activities, and a graduation ceremony that you were able to participate in person, and with your family members who have supported your efforts and cheered you on throughout your life, being able to attend in person. Your short time here on Earth has also seen a number of technological innovations. Of course, the internet and social media are nothing new, and platforms like Facebook, Twitter, which is now called X, and YouTube are now commonplace and, if anything, seem a bit old-fashioned. More recently, we've seen the emergence of additional platforms such as Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and many other applications that I have probably never heard of myself. These applications you use to communicate with each other and share details of your life. Your use of those platforms may have caused your parents some worry, as they may not know everything that you're doing on there or everything that you're saying to each other. But I can assure you that young people communicating with each other and trying to do so out of the prying eyes of their parents and elderly people is nothing new. But I'm sure that you've heard, and I'll remind you that there are dangers lurking out there because, as they say, the internet is forever. Some other innovations during your lifetime include cryptocurrency, electric vehicles, and recently we're hearing a lot about the emergence of artificial intelligence, what it can do, and some uncertainty and trepidation about what might happen with this emerging technology. So On a lighter note, for those of you who are fans of your local professional sports teams, that's another area where a lot has happened in your short lifetime. I grew up here, as you know, and as such, I grew up as a fan of all the Pittsburgh area sports teams. My over 35 years of living in the Washington, D.C. has not changed this, not one bit, and I remain a fan. The teams that you have grown up rooting for have mostly continued a successful tradition. In your lifetime, the Steelers have gone to 3 Super Bowls and won 2. The Penguins have made 4 Stanley Cup finals and have won 3 of them. In your lifetime, up until 2 years ago, you've never known a starting quarterback for the Steelers other than Big Ben. You've never known a Penguins team without the trio of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. And finally, in your lifetime, you've never seen a Pirates team that wasn't waiting until next year. My work involves a fair amount of public speaking. When I speak, for example, at a professional conference in my area, it's always on a topic that I know well, and I actually won't speak if I don't know the topic, if someone asks me to speak on something that I just don't know about. But delivering a commencement address is different because there's no real template for what to do. But when you get an invitation, it's an honor that you accept. It's an honor and it's your duty to accept, and you always accept readily and eagerly. But regardless of whether it's this speech or any other speech, it's important to prepare, and I'm sure that you've heard that before. And to prepare for this, I had some nice conversations with Mr. Moorcroft, Mr. Dravecki, about all the things that you've done at the school. Earlier today, they honored me by giving me a tour of the school, and I got to see firsthand the kinds of programs and things that you do around here. I also spent some time reading the school district's Facebook page and watching a recording of a recent school board meeting. After doing all of that, I'll have to say I came away quite impressed. I learned a lot of really neat things that you've been doing in your years at Carmichaels. I thought about listing all the activities and accomplishments, but there are too many that there are just too many to talk about. But congratulations on a job well done. I do want to mention one thing, though, briefly. I saw that your varsity baseball and softball teams had very successful seasons, and that continues a long tradition of success here at Carmichaels in both of those programs. And I want to take this time to wish the girls softball team success in the upcoming state championship tournament, and I congratulate all the seniors on both baseball and softball teams for your successful season. Job well done. Okay. In the finest tradition of a commencement address, the goal here is to share some wisdom, and I will do that. You are about to start on your adult life. Ultimately, the goal, or what should be your goal, is for you to be both happy and self-sufficient. And if you're not particularly interested in the self-sufficient part, I can tell you your parents are very much interested in you becoming self-sufficient. But I'm sure they want you to be happy. So the goal is to be both. So the question is how? All of you have plans for what you're going to be doing next. For some, it's college, I'm sure. For others, it's entering a trade, carpentry, electrician, plumbing, whatever. All very good options for career choices these days. For some others, it might be the military, and for still some others, you might be graduating and going directly into the workforce. You've been encouraged to find the next step on your path. That's no different from when I was here, but how we were to find that path was counseled a little bit differently from how you might have been counseled. And that's appropriate because how you should be counseled should reflect the times that you live in and consider the opportunities that are available to you now compared to what the opportunities might have been back when I was your age. Many of you will hear that you don't have to decide at your young age of 18 what you want to do for the rest of your life. That much is true. You'll hear that you'll change jobs and careers a number of times during your life, and that what you do when you're older, let's say when you're 40 years old, isn't what you started out wanting to do, or maybe not necessarily what you majored in college. Sometimes your job will be completely different. One example of that in my life is my own sister-in-law. In college, she majored in criminal justice, but while she was attending college, she had a job with the Department of Defense working with some metallurgists here, maintaining and repairing submarines. Sounds like a pretty neat thing to do. She ended up making that her career. You might find yourself in a similar situation. You're going to college, but you have a different job, and that turns out to be your passion. Your employer may not care what you majored in. If they don't care, they'll give you the necessary training for what you want to do. Now, while you might change your mind from time to time on what you want to do or do something different from what you trained in, you might change your mind multiple times, and that certainly was my experience. When I was sitting here in high school, I wanted to go to law school and be a lawyer, though I also briefly considered journalism. And I started college that way, but then I changed my major to be a business major. Then when I was a senior in college, I decided, a big part of the reason was that I wasn't quite ready to go out in the workforce. I changed my mind back and I decided, yeah, I did want to go to law school, and that's what I did instead. There I learned a few more lessons. While you might have some idea about what you want to be in a particular profession, sometimes there are things that you can do in that profession that isn't exactly what you think it is. When people think of attorneys, they think of people who try cases in court, and certainly there are those who do that. But I spoke with an attorney that my grandmother worked with closely, and he said to me something that always stuck with me. There's a lot that you can do with a law degree. And that turned out to be my experience. My career ended up marrying up what I studied in undergrad and what I did in law school. You may hear someone say, do something you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's true. But I would also add something very important to that. I would also say, but don't be afraid to try something, even if that isn't quite what you first had in mind. You might find that you like it, and this is to keep your parents happy. It'll pay the bills. Don't get caught in the trap of waiting for that perfect thing to come along, because you could miss out on something that you truly would have enjoyed and you would have been good at. You might find that if you're willing to try something, you might like it. I think that this describes how my career path unfolded, because I don't know that many people would have selected my particular area of the law, but I happened in on it, and it worked out well for me. And the nice added bonus of it is that I'm part of a wide professional community where we know each other and care deeply about each other, both professionally and personally. Now, I wanted to offer up a few thoughts on some things to keep in mind as you as you continue to learn, continue your learning journey, and make your journey into the world. Number one, be proud of where you are from, and don't forget it. A lot of you will venture away from Carmichaels to make your life. You will encounter people of different backgrounds. Some of these people will come from seemingly more advantaged backgrounds than yours. I can assure you that this is not the case, and being from a place like Carmichaels being a special place, has its advantage. My first boss at my current company recognized this. He was from a similar background for me, with roots in a small town in eastern Kentucky. He hired me to join his team, which consisted of the two of us and two other gentlemen, one of whom was from a small town in Georgia, and another of whom was from a small town in Illinois. Despite our backgrounds, or I would argue because of our backgrounds, our team was very successful, very well regarded within our firm. We developed a tremendous reputation, and everyone always sought out our advice. And this is in a large public accounting firm where people come from a lot of very different backgrounds. I will tell you this. When people from Carmichaels go out into the world, they are always successful. There's just something about growing up here that helps bring that about. There are plenty of examples of this. Just in my own graduating class, one of my classmates, the ranks of the class of 1980, includes a chief executive officer of a large film production company out on the West Coast. Another individual decided to pursue athletic training, and he's been on the training staffs of many large college football and basketball programs, and his career path ended up having him meet many famous coaches and players in the National Football League. And there are plenty of examples, not just in my class, but in other classes as well. There's a saying about this. There's a saying that certain people punch above their weight. That describes people who overachieve. And in my view, that describes people from Carmichaels who go out into the world. Number 2, your youth is an advantage if you recognize why and use it the right way. Whatever you decide to do, you'll need to learn what it takes to be successful in your position. You'll need to seek the advice of older people who are more experienced. You'll have to know how to interact with them. I'll let you in on a little secret. A lot of older people are willing, eager, and downright happy to help you. And there are lots of reasons for this. First, helping someone makes you feel smart. And after all, who doesn't want to feel smart? A lot of older people care about creating a legacy, and helping young people who are just starting and learning is a great way to do that. A third reason for this is when they look at you, they see something, and they see themselves back when they were young, when they had more energy, when they were much more physically capable, and it brings back happy memories, and they share those by helping you. I think my first boss that I talked about a little before saw all of this in me. He never took for granted that I knew everything, but made sure that I understood the complex technical material that I needed to understand in order to be successful. And then he turned me loose to let me show my stuff. I'll mention one other advantage you have in your youth. I interact with a lot of younger people, and I have yet, and I really mean this, I have yet to encounter a person who is younger than me, and I have to say most people these days are now younger than me, who isn't more adept with technology than I am. It just seems to come to you more naturally. But it's a very important skill and a very important way that you can help interact with old people here, showing off your youth. Number 3. Don't get too comfortable, and don't be afraid of being challenged. It used to be, it was common for people to work for one employer their entire career. But you've probably heard that from your teachers and counselors, and that's no longer true. For most people, you'll change employers several different times. But even if you stay in one place, recognize this here. Your employer will be different. The people will be different. That guy who hired you may retire, and then you'll be working with a whole new set of people here. And they have a different way of doing things. And I encountered this. After my boss retired, he was replaced by a lady who was very smart, well-known in the community, and she came into our group with an intention of shaking things up. And boy, did she ever. I have to say, I wasn't initially sure what to make of her, and if I'm being honest, I was a little bit scared of her. But if I'm also being honest, I also saw in her good leadership qualities. She was the first in and the last out. You could not find someone who was a stronger and more vocal advocate for the group that she managed, and she made sure that she gathered all sorts of opportunities for us to shine. If you get a boss like her, you will need to hunker down. There's no question about that here, but just do it and show how good you really are. Learn to value people like this because they will make you better. I will tell you, I still encounter her, and these days we are the best of friends. Number 4, I'm looking forward to this one. Sometimes it's better to be only the second smartest person in the room. Now, in saying this here, I just realized here that your valedictorian is probably very disappointed to hear that. But I'm also thinking that your salutatorian is probably saying, yes, I did everything right. But why is this the case? You can learn more if you surround yourself with smart people, especially people who know more than you. After all, how can you learn from someone who doesn't know as much as you? But being smart in your own right is important so that you can carry on an intelligent conversation and understand what you're being told. This reminds me of another colleague. I'll have to say this, if you were ever in the same room as her, the best that you could ever hope for was to be the second smartest person in the room, because she had number one locked down, without a doubt. But despite this here, she was always approachable and just a lot of fun to be around. I'd like to say that I was always going to conversations with her and never failed to come out smarter than when I came in, and with a big smile on my face. You need people like this here because you can bounce ideas off of them when you think you know something but just want to be sure. And to your valedictorian, I'll say this here. Don't worry about doing it wrong, because you'll have plenty of opportunities to be only the second smartest person in the room. Number 5, you need to be able to toot your own horn and know when and how to do that. I've had a lot of excellent colleagues, and hopefully you will as well as you go throughout life. But unfortunately, that's not always going to be the case. Unfortunately, you'll encounter leaders who don't display good leadership qualities. They won't go to bat for their team, or they will take credit for your good work and accomplishments. I really dislike people like this here. That's just simply not the right thing to do, but it happens. And don't ever be that person. But if it happens to you, you'll have to know how to deal with it. And one thing I would suggest is when you accomplish something, make sure that within your organization, more than one person knows about it here so that they can see how good you really are. Number 6, never forget to acknowledge and thank those that help you. This is closely related. If you go on to do great things, there will be someone supporting you in some ways to allow you to accomplish what you accomplish. If you're the person in that supporting role, and I'm thinking of someone who stays at home and takes care of the house, know that that too is very important and valuable work. It's stuff that needs to be done. And I think that this is exemplified in the guests that I brought here who are sitting in the front row. They have supported me throughout my life in various ways, and I want to thank them. Thank you very much. And last, make sure you know how to put yourself in a good mood. You'll get down sometimes. You'll need to find a way to pick yourself up. Find something that will improve your mood during these times. There's a lot that you can do here. Take up a hobby. Volunteer for charitable or community organization. Have a strong circle of friends and families. By all means, keep your friends here at Carmichaels, but make new ones too. Treat yourself to a simple pleasure every now and then. For me, one simple pleasure that I did recently when I was just feeling just really exhausted is I just left work early. I traveled down to watch my grandnephew play in his junior varsity baseball game. I got to hang out with my niece and her 3 kids who were all watching him play. And I can tell you there's nothing better than my 4 grandnieces and grandnephews to put me in a good mood. So, at the beginning of my remarks, I talked a lot about what I did to prepare. One more thing. I went to your Facebook page and I saw your senior walk. We never did that here, but I really like the idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. The video started as you were gathering. I saw some short remarks, and I saw that you were all looking at your old pictures. It really showed that you were enjoying yourselves and each other's company. The video then shows you walking around the halls of your elementary school. The kids you encountered looked up at you with admiration, and that doesn't surprise me at all. The walk helped you reminisce about all your years at school, all the fond memories, and maybe some not so fond memories of where your formal education began. I was thinking about what might have been said to you during those years. Your kindergarten teacher might have said on your first day, "Boys and girls, welcome to kindergarten." You might have heard teachers throughout your school year saying things like this: "Boys and girls, take out your books. Boys and girls, hand in your homework. Boys and girls, settle down. Boys and girls." You will no longer hear that. It's not just because you aren't in a classroom anymore, but because it just simply doesn't describe you. Because you are no longer boys and girls, but in fact, you are men and women. You are the men and women of the Carmichaels area class of 2024. Thank you for inviting me, and congratulations. you.
Thank you. Good job.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Provarnik, for those inspiring words. Before we continue tonight, I'd like to acknowledge our senior entering the military and anyone who is currently serving in the military or veterans in the audience tonight. Please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you for your commitment to our service and our country. I'd also like to recognize the class of 2024 Top 10. These students have an overall grade point average ranking from an amazing 4.355 to a 4.219. I'm going to list these students in alphabetical order, not based on their GPA. Students, when I call your name, please stand. Audience, please hold your applause until all students are standing. Ambrose Adamson, Nathan Bennett, Mason LaPana, Alexander Lawrence, Liam Lohr, Grace Maskell, Chloe Mitchell, Alexa Morai, Sydney Parker, Elena Simon. Congratulations, class of 2023's Top 10. At this time, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the class of 2024 Valedictorian, Chloe Kathleen Mitchell. Chloe is the daughter of Richard and Nicole Mitchell of Nemacolin. She has earned a 4.355 GPA. Her school activities include being a member of the National Honor Society Vice President, member of the Academic League Team Hometown High Q Captain, a senior member of Mike's Nation Live, yearbook chief and editor, and member of the Senior Standing Committee. Her athletic activities include being team captain and MVP of the volleyball team, a starting member of the basketball team, and a member of the varsity cheer squad. For volleyball, she was recognized in the second team all section. She has won multiple awards and scholarships, including the following from West Virginia University: the Innovator Scholarship, the Climb Higher Scholarship, and the Great Day Scholarship. In addition, she has won the Rising Star Scholarship, the G. Robert English Memorial Scholarship, November Girl of the Month, and the Woodridge Engineering Scholarship. In the fall, she plans to attend West Virginia University, majoring in mechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2024 valedictorian, Chloe Mitchell.
Okay, well, there's a lot of people in here. We're graduating, but first, I want to take a picture with everybody. Okay. I spent all of high school waiting for the day that I got to walk across this stage and finally be done. These 4 years went by so incredibly fast. To any underclassmen in the audience watching right now, listen when people tell you that these are the fastest 4 years of your life. They aren't lying. Make as many memories as you can before it's too late, which is what I tried to do, and I hope everyone sitting here made enough memories that will last a lifetime. And I'm not trying to bore you all to death and keep you here all night, so I'm just going to thank a few people and then be on my way. Thank you to my classmates for being by my side since I moved here in first grade. Even though there's been plenty of times where I felt alone, you guys never failed to brighten my day, and I'm going to miss you barking in the hallways between every class. To my two closest friends, Sydney and Cammie, I don't know what I'd do without you. From spontaneous fishing adventures to making goofy YouTube videos with each other in middle school, no matter what happens, I'll never forget you. Even though our friendships haven't always been the easiest, I can't wait to see where life takes us, and I'm proud to call you two my best friends. Thank you to my teachers. I wouldn't be standing in this spot right now if it weren't for some of you. Mr. Ostoka, thank you for letting me debate with you about whether or not my answer was right, and it probably wasn't. Mr. McCombs, even though I only had you this year, thank you for letting all of us play Sporkle when we begged you to not do anything. Mr. Lane, Thank you for always being encouraging and helpful, even when my answer was probably not close. Mr. Galino, thank you for always proofing my yearbook spreads no matter what time of the year it was, and you always encouraged me when I needed it and made sure I knew my worth. Mr. Hess, thank you for giving me opportunities that nobody else could give me. You always made sure I did my best and never slacked below what I was capable of. You also taught me to definitely use my seatbelt when you're driving the school van. Miss Hathaway, thank you for always being a shoulder to cry on and opening the door for my passion for video editing. You know so much about me, from my taste in music to every event in my life that I'd openly discuss while eating my bagel every morning. You watched me grow up and change as a person since 7th grade, and I've made so many memories in your room that I'll never forget. And I'll most likely try to find my way back to news anchoring one day. And finally, Mr. Briggs. Even though I was typically a bitter little woman, I'll never regret the hundreds of hours I've spent in your room working on the past 4 yearbooks. You're more than just a teacher to me. You gave me life advice and steered me in the right direction when I started to turn the wrong way. Even though I get frustrated about the yearbook grind never stopping, I'll be forever thankful that I got to be a part of it. You've been a large part of my life for the past 4 years, and it's hard to say goodbye to it. And finally, my family. Thank you to my mom and my dad, who are always amazing parents, even though I tend to have an attitude problem and not listen to what you have to say. Thank you to Mammy, my grandma, who gives me everything when I need it, and I don't feel like I let you know that I appreciate you enough. Thank you to my sister. Even though we have our ups and downs, I don't know how I'm going to live without you next year. I'm not ready to grow up and say goodbye to you just yet. I see that you follow in my footsteps in a lot of things that you do, and I can't wait to see the person that you become. And finally, thank you to Pappy, my grandpa. Even though you can't be here to watch me give this speech, everything I've ever succeeded in has been for you. Ever since I was little, you've been my biggest supporter, and you've guided me in the right direction. From being the only grandchild you take to church with you to designing things with a 3D printer in your basement, you've done it all for me. You made me who I am today, and I promise I'll do my best and be successful for you. God bless you all, and let's hear it for the Carmichaels Area High School class of 2024.
Thank you, Chloe. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2024 Salutatorian, Alexander Lawrence. Alex is the son of David and Kimberly Lawrence of Carmichaels. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.313. His school activities include being a member of the following: National Honor Society, Sophomore, Junior, and Senior Standing Committee, High School Student Council, debate team, co-captain of the Varsity Academic League, co-captain and soil specialist of the Envirothon team that won the county and was competitive in the state, captain of esports, chess, and Valorant team, SAD, editor of the newspaper. Outside of school, he volunteered at the food bank and studied martial arts. He has won multiple awards and scholarships, including 4 years of the Greene County and State Envirothon scholarships, 3 Grassland Evaluation Contest scholarships, 3 Challenge Program scholarships, including community service and STEM, the Climb Higher West Virginia University Scholarship, the Daughters of the American Revolution Scholarship, and the Good Citizens Scholarship. Alex has also completed over 300 hours of community service, including working with the National Honor Society, organizing the Mighty Mike's 5K, tutoring students after school, working at the local food bank, and the Red Cross blood drives. In the fall, he plans to attend West Virginia University, majoring in mathematics, with the future goal of obtaining his PhD to become a professor of math. I present to you the class of 2024 Salutatorian, Alexander Lawrence.
Always glad to see a podium I can see over, so thank you for that, Mr. Vecchi. Guys, we did it. After tonight, high school is reduced to a memory. We will all be moving in our own directions. After tonight, our lives are in our hands. The future is ours to shape. We determine our fate. We determine how our life proceeds, nobody else. The future is ours. Reach out and grab your piece of success. For me, success consists of two things: happiness and accomplishment. My happiness is very simple to define. It's the ability to walk through my life with pride. Happiness is being able to wake up every morning, look back on my life, and be proud and fulfilled by how I have lived. Sure, you may regret some things you do in life, but if you take risks and do what you love, there will always be so much in your life to be proud of. Accomplishment, I feel, is a bit more complicated. Is it limited to a good day? Or is it something more, something further down the road? I believe that it is both. Though I do have a life goal to be a doctor of mathematics, I have simpler goals I wish to accomplish every single day. Throughout my senior year, I can say I lived it with pride and success. I am able to look back on my high school years with pride. As I've been told by Ms. Shimko, I am the Martin Luther of the new age. In my 4 years of high school, I have made the school my Catholic church, and it has paid off. I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who has helped me get to where I am today. First, my family. You have all been there since day one. You have encouraged me, tested me, pushed me, and ensured that I did the best I possibly could. Though sometimes your support was a bit overwhelming, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I love you all. Next, my girlfriend and all of the people I am lucky to call my friends. You all have been there for me through thick and thin, whether it was getting through late night cramming sessions, gaming, or unforgettable hangouts and quality time. I wouldn't be here without you. Finally, I send out a thank you to my teachers, especially the amazing group of AP teachers I had this year. Ms. Shimko, AP Euro gave me a class to look back on and understand that I had a whale of the time. I love the discussions we had, and the impact you had on myself and my peers is profound. With your help, I was able to nail my theses to the door, plant myself like a tree, and say, no, you move. Mr. Lane, AP Gov was jam-packed with so much interesting information and applications, and I still wish I took the test for it. As reigning Jeopardy champion, I can say I learned so much more than I expected to. Miss Rice, AP Lit involved one of the most in-depth analyses of information I've ever seen. There was not a single book I did not like this year, and I loved writing the alternate endings and creative pieces. Mr. Hess, I would get pelted with rotten tomatoes if I stood up here and talked about everything you've done for me in my past 4 years. I suppose your long-windedness has rubbed off on me. You are the reason I'm going into math, and I cannot thank you more for helping me find my passion. Last, but certainly not least, Mr. Willis. Envirothon gave me an outlet to push myself to the limit, and this year, prove myself as the #1 soil specialist of Pennsylvania. You all have done so much for me, and I wouldn't be the same Alex I am without you. As stated by the great American poet Emily Dickinson, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. Take chances. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be involved. Join others. There is a birdhouse in your soul. But if you do not take the chances to exit this birdhouse and go out of your comfort zone, you cannot reap the rewards that await you. You have to take chances, and these chances will allow you to have success in life. Don't be discouraged by failure. If you press on and learn from it, it doesn't matter what position you're in or what situation you've encountered, you will thrive. Mr. Hess put it beautifully. Even the crows have to eat. Now go out there and show the world what Carmichaels has forged out of the class of 2024. Thank you.
Very well, very well. Thank you, Alex. It is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2024 senior class president, Ambrose Adamson. Ambrose is the son of Shannon and Sean Adamson of Carmichaels. In addition to being class president, he is the president of the National Honor Society, secretary of the Spanish Club, a member of Student Council, History Club, Senior and Junior Standing Committee, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and Leo Club. Ambrose was very active in our athletics programs. He played varsity football, basketball, and baseball teams, where he was given the honor of being team captain his senior year in all 3 sports. During his athletic career, he earned 8 letters and received the Tri-County South Scholarship Athlete Award in football. Also in football, he was placed on the All-Greene County team and the All-Tri-County South All-Conference team for 2 years. His senior baseball year, he was placed on the Greene County team. Additionally, he was named as the Hometown Heritage Athlete of the Month. The 2024 Lions Club Football MVP. He received the 2024 Lions Football Club Academic Award, the Lions Club December Boy of the Month. Ambrose's academics awards include Top Physics Students, Outstanding College Chemistry Student, and Most Well-Rounded Math Student. He has received the Washington and Jefferson Thrive Scholarship, the Ross F. DeMarco Scholarship, Greene County Health and Wellness Foundation Scholarship, the American Red Cross Blood Drive Scholarship, the Knights of Columbus St. Matthew's Parish Scholarship, the Challenge Program Scholarship for Perfect Attendance, the Central Green Scholarship Trust Academic Scholarship, the Carlson Family Scholarship, and the Walter Samick III Memorial Scholarship. Aside from his rigorous academic and athletic career, he obtained over 260 hours of volunteer service at the local food bank, parks, St. Matthew's Parish, the American Red Cross, multiple Lions Clubs events, Junior Achievement, BizTown, and the Salvation Army. After graduation, Ambrose plans to attend Washington and Jefferson College, majoring in biology, with the future goal of becoming a pediatrician. I present to you your senior class president, Ambrose Adamson.
Good evening, fellow graduates, respected faculty, proud parents, and honored guests. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for attending the Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. I am filled with gratitude as I stand here today as your class president. Today is not just a celebration of diplomas and other academic achievements, it's a testament to our journey, our growth, and the bonds we forged along the way. Let's first take a moment to express our deepest appreciation for our teachers from the elementary, middle school, and high school. Your unwavering dedication has ignited in us the spark of knowledge and the courage to change our society. I personally would like to thank 4 specific teachers. First, Mr. Hess. It was an honor to be a student in your math class for 3 consecutive years. You made understanding math easy and enjoyable, especially with Mexican train dominoes, dots and boxes, and your unforgettable sound effect. Mr. Ostoka, your class was always a blast. We all have learned so much from you throughout the years. You challenged all of us by requiring every student to complete a multitude of experiments and to be engaged in conversations, allowing us to better understand the material. Ms. Rice, you were one of the kindest teachers I ever had the pleasure of knowing. Your class was very demanding, but somehow you made it easy with your straight-to-the-point approach. You've helped each student comprehend some of the hardest literature known to man with your knowledge and humor. Next, Ms. Thomas. The effort you've put forth for the senior class does not go unnoticed. This year has been packed greatly with full and special events due to your hard work. Let's also give thanks to our families, whose love and sacrifices have guided us through our academic career. We owe all of you an immeasurable debt of gratitude. In addition, I would finally like to give a special thanks to the administrators and school board members, past and present. You guys have volunteered your time for our education and ensuring that we have everything we need for a successful future. Now to the class of 2024. We entered these Carmichaels halls as hopeful children, eager to learn, each with their own dreams and aspirations. Yet we leave as adults, a unified class, and a family that has laughed together, supported one another, and at times faced the bittersweet taste of growing up side by side. Together, we have celebrated victories on the sports fields and breakthroughs in each of our own academic pursuits. On the other hand, we have faced loss and adversity. For example, our fourth grade year and freshman year. During our fourth grade year, our learning was altered when we moved to totally new classrooms called the learning cottages due to renovations taking place on the top floor of the elementary. For our freshman year, we start off high school differently than any other class as a result of COVID-19. Our learning was altered with the blue and gold days and the countless Zoom meetings. No matter the challenge, together we overcame them all, strengthening our bond and unity. As we move to the future, let's carry forward the lessons of perseverance, compassion, and curiosity that have been instilled in each of us. The world is vast, filled with challenges and opportunities, yet I am confident that each one of us is equipped to make a meaningful impact and bring positive change in whatever path we may choose. Let's also promise to hold dear the memories we've created, to support each other in our own endeavors, and to meet the future with the same spirit that we've shown with our time here at Carmichaels. In closing, I leave you with the words of Ralph Emerson: "Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Congratulations, class of 2024. Here's to us.
Great job, Ambrose. With us this evening are many of the amazing teachers who accompanied your sons and daughters through their elementary, middle, and high school experience. Teachers, please stand so we can recognize you. I'd also like to recognize everyone who worked countless hours to make tonight's event possible. Mr. Travis Townsend and Colton Belmont, who are our technology experts, Miss Jessica Hathaway and her Mike's Nation Live crew, who are live streaming tonight's event. Thank you to Mrs. Joanna Walker and the band for our music tonight. Thank you, Mr. Franks and his maintenance crews for so many things I couldn't list that they've done to make tonight possible. And thank you to Mr. Craig Miller and his security staff. Without their help, tonight's event would not be possible. Thank you for everything. And now on to our awards presentation. In 1998, Michael E. Halupka, a 1959 graduate of Cumberland Township High School, and his wife, Kathleen Marinoff, a 1964 graduate of Carmichaels Area High School, created a scholarship to be awarded each year to an outstanding senior of Carmichaels Area High School. The scholarship will be awarded in increments of $1,000 each year, and the recipient student in good standings at an accredited college or university for a maximum of 5 years. Before I announce this year's winners, I would like to ask the past winners that are present with us tonight, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. This year's recipient is Ambrose Adamson. Congratulations, Ambrose. In 1999, Paul and Dolores Jaswald-Lavins, graduate of Cumberland Township High School, established the Jaswald-Lavins Scholarship in honor of their families. This $5,000 a year renewable scholarship is to be awarded to 2 outstanding seniors and will any of the past recipients of this scholarship who's with us tonight, please rise. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Mrs. Rachel Angry, the 2001 winner of the Paul and Dolores Jaswald-Lavins Scholarship, to present the scholarship to our seniors.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's nervous about a large lectern. That's why I wear heels, so I can always see over. So good evening and congratulations, Carmichaels class of 2024 and all of the esteemed guests. I'm Rachel Angry. Yes, my last name is really Angry. And the bigger pun is it's my husband's fault, because it's his last name. Anyway, I'm also a former recipient, as Miss Lisa said, and I'm honored to be the scholarship presenter this evening again, as I love to share this story because I'm a part of it. This is a story about two incredibly generous people that ultimately changed my life and the life of all of those folks that were standing here in the room, and a lot of the folks that aren't in the room because they're out there changing other people's lives. These two people are Paul and Dolores Jaswa Lavins. Dolores was from Nemacolin, Paul from Rice's Landing. Both of their fathers were coal miners. Both Dolores and Paul graduated from this very school district back in 1949. Back then it was called Cumberland Township High School, and that was just a mere 75 years ago. They were in the same homeroom and sat one seat away from one another. They were very close friends. Though they never dated in school, they did dance. Dolores loved to dance and taught Paul how to dance. So they danced, they graduated, and they went their separate ways. A few years later, Paul was serving our country. Thank you, Paul. He and Dolores reunited. Paul once told me he even thinks he asked Dolores to marry him through a love letter he sent back home while he was stationed overseas. I can picture her dancing when she opened that love letter in the mail. Some of you may even recognize Paul and Dolores' name and pictures from the Lavins Media Center right down the hallway from here, which was dedicated back in 2021. And their generosity is incredibly far-reaching outside of the walls of our school. Just to name a few, they've created a nonprofit organization for educational and charitable purposes. And more recently, Mr. Lavins established the Dolores Jean Lavins Center for Humanities in Medicine with the Mayo Clinic, because Dolores loved to dance and found joy in the humanities. It was a perfect formation to bring arts and culture to a healing environment. And most importantly, why I'm still up here blabbering on, together, Dolores and Paul are strong believers of an unlimited potential that folks can gain from a good education. And that is why in 1999, as Miss Lisa said, they established their scholarship to benefit financially needy students from their very own alma mater, dear old Carmichaels. Stop that. The first two Paul and Dolores Jaswa Lavin scholarships were awarded here at Carmichaels in the year 2000. And every year since then, there have been two $20,000 scholarships awarded. That's 24 years total. Tonight makes 25 years. And after tonight's recipients are awarded, the total monetary amount of these scholarships generously provided here to dear old Carmichaels graduates will be $1 million. Though Dolores passed away in 2010 after a battle with cancer, Paul Lavins is here with us tonight. Mr. Lavins, would you please stand up and let us thank you? Now, let me present to you this year's Paul and Dolores Jaswa Lavin Scholarship recipients in no particular order. The first one, Ambrose Adamson. And the second one, Daniel Hetrick. Now, don't forget, class of 2024 and the two recipients, go out in the world and tell them of our story. Once a mic, always a mic.
Congratulations, Ambrose and Daniel. Thank you, Rachel, and most importantly, thank you, Mr. Lavins. Your tremendous generosity will serve these students well throughout their college experience. As we gather here tonight on a cusp of the new beginning, it is with great honor and humility that I get to address the class of 2024. This day is a culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and resiliency, not only for our graduates, but for all of us who have supported them along their journey. Parents, guardians, and extended family members, your support has been priceless as you cheered from the sidelines, offered a shoulder to cry on, you were there for them to lean on, and you celebrated every success along the way. Your love and encouragement has helped shape these graduates into the fine individuals that are here with us today. It takes a village to raise a child, and I must thank you for your unwavering support of our graduates. Graduates, please take a moment and let's thank our parents, family members, and our entire village. As I reflect on this class as a whole, I must say this is the smallest class since I've been here that is graduating. However, I'm going to define you as mighty. This class has such determination to be the best at everything. Their competitive nature has certainly made for a very, very interesting senior year. The class of 2024, you have come a long way, and your journey has been filled with challenges, triumphs, and countless memories that will stay with you forever. Looking back at your high school years, remember the excitement and anticipation you felt the first day as a freshman, and how daunting this future of yours must have seemed. In our hallways of this school, I have witnessed acts of kindness, moments of inspiration, triumphs, both big and small. I've seen friendships form, I've seen bonds strengthen, and dreams begin to take flight. You took every opportunity to forge a pathway that involved you growing, learning, and excelling in both your studies and extracurricular activities. Class of 2024, your time spent here deserves a lot of recognition, both in academics and extracurricular activities, including WPIAL section champions in golf and softball, and a playoff baseball team. To our softball team, I wish you the best of luck on Monday as you compete in the PIAA championship. In addition to our sports, we have a very talented band that earned a superior rating at Hershey Park, our outstanding video media class with our wonderful Mike Station Live, who has their broadcast watched by 1,350 subscribers. We have very successful career and technology students who were given priceless opportunities to experience things both in and outside of the classroom. They are very competitive for their future careers because they've passed the NOCTI exams, they've earned multiple certifications within their trades, and they were awarded countless scholarships. Our Envirothon team, who placed first in Greene County and sixth in the state, our very talented drama club who brought Frozen to life, our rigorous EMT course with all of the students passing their psychomotor skills exam, and 5 of our graduates who are fully certified EMTs that are currently working at local EMS services. Our successful esports team who competed nationally, our competitive academic team, our amazing debate team, and our small innovative business classes, and so much more. Academically, you've challenged yourself with college credits this school year. 48 of you have earned at least 3 Carlo credits from Carlo University. The class of 2024, your hard work has resulted in over $500,000 worth of scholarships. During your time here, you not only gained the knowledge from your classes, but you've also gained valued experiences and life lessons that far, far extend beyond our classroom walls. You have learned that the power of collaboration and the importance of empathy will go a long way. Your experiences have taken you to incredible places, and during these experiences, you have discovered that success is not defined solely by grades or accolades, but by the impact you have on others and the world around you. From these experiences, you have begun to create your own individual pathways for the future. Tonight marks an exciting time where you each begin that new pathway. You have already began to plan these pathways, with 60% of you going to a 2- or 4-year college or trade school, 39% of you are going directly in the workforce, and 1% of you going into the military. I assure you that you are ready for these next steps and the challenges associated with them. A testament to this readiness is evident by the accomplishment of the Carmichaels area alumni present tonight. The foundation for their success came from the experiences at Carmichaels Area School District. Remember, success is a choice, but with the foundations you have from here, failure is not an option. Each and every one of you will have your own accomplishments and will become the next successful Carmichaels alumni story. This will involve you having discipline, a strong work ethic, and the ability to approach every situation with a positive attitude. Class of 2024, you will make great accomplishments in the world. I assure you, with hard work, you will never have to settle for anything and continue the Carmichaels legacy of excellence. This group has demonstrated a level of responsibility and leadership that would make any parent and principal proud. Good luck to each of you as you enter the next chapter. I am sure you will accomplish your dreams, and in the words of the great writer William Arthur Ward, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. Congratulations, class of 2024. Dream big, and remember, once a mic, always a mic. Please rise. All right. They're anxious to get to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, these students before you tonight have fulfilled their requirements set forth by the Carmichaels Area School Board and the Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Mr. John Menhart, the president of the school board, I now present you with the class of 2024.
Charlemagne Aiden Adamson. Stephen Ambrose Adamson. Nathan Andrew Bennett. Nathan David Baringo. Jovi Jane Blazinski. Rowan Jacob Bosley. Jaden Cheyenne Brumfield. Roland Michael Berge. Xavier Richard Kane. Dominic Vincent Colarusso. Cami Lynn Collins-Woolley. Ashanti Monique Dotson. Patience Marie Eddy. Aaliyah Marie Harkins. Dustin Thomas Hastings. Elizabeth Nicole Hawk. Daniel Thomas Hennessy. Annalise Marie Herod. Daniel Allen Hetrick. Patrick Andrew Holleran. Richard Anthony Hoyle. Jacob Charles Hughes. Elizabeth Journey Huseman. Elizabeth Marie Husenitz. Gavin Robert Husenitz. Aiden Christopher Jacoby. Ariane Noel Kachua. Ian Alexander Kachua. Levi Joseph Crampy. Mason Coltrion Lapana. Alexander Jonathan Lawrence. Kelly Michelle Lee. Chance Brandon Lemley. Jada Jean Lewis. Elizabeth Danielle Langfield. Liam Walter Lohr. Grace Anne-Marie Maskell. Natasha Nicole Matus. Cole Alexander Messina. Angelina Gabrielle Metcalf. Chloe Kathleen Mitchell. Landon James Mitchell. Alexa Grace Morai. Robert Michael Murphy. Sydney McKell Parker. Gabriella Lee Lynn Paycheck. Ariana Marie Plavy. Abigail Caitlin Plumley. Skylar Ryan Richter. Carissa Kathleen Rohr. Elena Marielle Simon. Ava Jean Simons. Daisha Ann Skolnekovich. Bradley Anthony Stepich. Jelaine Claire Supler. You're back. Yeah. Noah Brandon Trebovich. Megan Marie Voigthofer. William Edward White. Brianna Elizabeth Wiles. Faith Noel Willis. Ellie Ann Marie Wise. Zachary James Zaylor.
Good job. Seniors, please rise. By the power vested in me by the state of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you graduates of Carmichaels Area School District. Congratulations, class of 2024. Will everyone please stand for the singing of the alma mater?
Dear old Carmichaels, a toast to Carmichaels, our alma mater. In our hearts we'll ever think of you. We are loyal sons and daughters. Dear golden years passing by, oh, how they fly. Short years for both you and I. We will always sing this song to you. To the world we'll tell your story. We are proud that we belong to you as you stand in all your glory.
Please be seated. Thank you, Faith, for that beautiful rendition of our alma mater. This concludes tonight's graduation ceremony. Audience, please remain seated to allow our graduates, teachers, and special guests to process out. Graduates, please remember to report to the cafeteria before leaving here today. Thank you, have a good evening, and God bless.